were just over at Independence Monument Overlook. You can sort of see it through there where the cars are. But now we're going to walk out Otto's trail and see if we can get a better view of Independence Monument and the flag up on top of the monument. So this isn't so much of a hike as it is a stroll. So a couple things that we have here on the trail. We have this juniper that we have here, lots of those on the trail. We have Mormon grass over there. We should also see some spruce and sage brush along through here. A lot of this is called scrub. So we'll see a lot of this type of stuff along this trail. This trail basically goes out onto a fin that extends out into the canyon. And so we're on top of that fin, just walking along a little trail that goes out to the very edge of it. But it's very exposed. I don't know if you can tell. There's not really any shade. So it's very exposed, and we have the red rock down here that once the sun starts heating that up, it gets very, very hot. So here's a pinyon pine that we see a lot of out here. This is the type of stuff that you'll see a lot of. And yeah, look at that. Nancy's pointing to. There's a young pine cone there. There's another one right there, and they are going to be sticky. And if you get back into that bark and all that on the tree, it's going to be very, very sticky.
It's sticky where the brown.
Yeah.
There's stuff coming out of the brown area.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's continue on the trail. It's only a quarter mile, so it doesn't take you long to get down to the end of it. But we're going to go probably close to the end. That's where the best overlook would be. I hope, or at least I think, most of the people that were down here have already left. They were down here getting a viewpoint of the flag raising from over here. So we encountered a lot of people leaving on our way down this trail. And in a moment we're going to walk over this way to the right over to the edge and look back at Independence Monument, and also look back at the overlook where we just were. Isn't that beautiful through there? Look at that. It's a fruta through there off in the distance, and then the hills you see off in the distance, those are the book cliffs. And if we look back over this way, there is the visitor center. So there's a trail that goes all along here, along that ledge there, and then past, there's the overlook, the little shelter right through there, and we go past that shelter to Window Rock. So that's the rim hike right through there. So we turned around here and Nancy saw this. It looks like a field of fungus is what it looks like. But what it is, it's a type of cryptobiotic soil, and we've talked about that kind of soil before. It's soil that they say takes about 1,000 years to develop, and underneath that and here on top of it also, it's full of bacteria and different types of funguses and stuff that help plants to grow. It provides nutrients for the soil, but it also helps prevent erosion by holding the soil together.
And it kind of feels like moss. I just barely touched it.
You barely touched it? How could you?
There's no sign that says do not touch.
Wow. So if you look down, and I'm going to point the camera down at our feet, you see we have rock here, and then we have sand over here.
With like gravel in it.
With like gravel in it. Yeah, like scree they would sometimes call it. What happens is many times this sand will get up on these rocks, and if you're not careful, it can get very slick. That's one reason they call it slick rock. So it can get very slip. And I remember we were at Pulpit Rock over in Colorado Springs, and we were coming down, and I hit a little patch of that sand on top of rock, and slipped and slid for just a little ways coming down. That was a few years back, but it can be very slippery, so you have to be careful on that. Look at this little patch here of yucca all back through there. Look at it. Look at all the yucca here. That is cool. So this is a type of yucca plant. It's from the aloe vera family. So Nancy, describe that.
Well, the end is like a needle. I don't want to touch that. But if I just feel the leaf gently, it is very hard. Like, it feels like I could snap it in half like a stick. And like the edges, it's just a very firm, hard leaf type of plant.
Looks like the leaves are a little curled too,
yeah,
almost like a little concave.
Yeah, and the edges are kind of hard, stiff.
That would hold up real well in wind, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we made it down to the end of Otto's trail. It's this overlook here. We met a guy. His name is Thomas. He was a professional photographer. He says he's 3/4 retired now. But here we are, and if you look out over here, there is Window Rock right there. So we hiked out from the visitor center there, out along this edge here to Window Rock right there, and then back over on the other side of this hill here is the campground. But you can see we are up pretty high, and I'm going to walk out here to the edge and sort of dangle my camera over, and then we're going to get some pictures of Independence Monument. I think Nancy and I are going to try to hike up to that tomorrow. But you can see here how high up we actually are, and it's as they say in the country, that's a fur piece down there. And then look at this big monolith over here. I'm going to go down and then back up, and you can see that. And they of course put this railing around here for people who like to get a little too close to the edge. But you can see how cool that is. And then looking back over the valley here with Fruta, with the Colorado River running through there, and then the Book Cliffs again off in the distance. And there over on this side here, there, like I said, there's Window Rock, but back here you can see the shelter for the they call it the Book Cliffs Overlook. So I'm down here on an edge. Nancy is over here with Thomas looking through his camera, and there is Independence Monument. And I don't know if you can see, but this back edge back here, there is the American flag waving. Now I've come up through this canyon here. This is Wedding Canyon. So I've hiked up through here, and if you look out, you can sort of see a little bit through here of the unimproved trail that I hike, and it takes us right up to the base, to this clearing area right here at the base of Independence Monument. And then I went back on the other side of this rock, and that is a Monument Canyon. But there is a trail that goes on the other side of Independence Monument and then heads back up, and you end up back up on Rim Rock Drive. The wind really picked up. And one thing I noticed out here is the way the wind blows through these junipers and the pine trees here, the pinyon pines, that the bristles are so stiff that it's almost like they're vocal cords for the tree, and you can hear that wind just singing through the tree. If you look here, there's some little pine cones starting to develop here also. we're here with Thomas, and mind if I get your picture in this?
Oh, I don't mind.
Okay, this is Thomas here. We met him on the trail. He's got this camera set up here. And how many millimeter lens is that again?
800.
That's an 800.
It's Canon's F11.
F11.
Constant.
And
F
if you can see the image that's on there, what he's looking at is way over there on Independence Monument where the flag is. There's a little ledge, and that was one of the climbers that was on that ledge a little bit ago.
I did zoom in on the picture. If I zoom back out,
Yeah.
you'll see you can still see them.
You can still see them. Yeah, look at that. And and for my future son-in-law, that's a setup you need right there. That is awesome. Thank you. So after spending some time out here on the end of Otto's trail and taking pictures and looking through Thomas's camera, his 800 millimeter lens, and seeing out there on the Independence Monument the flag waving out there. One nice thing was out here at the end, it's like the wind suddenly kicked up. So the nice thing out here, because this is all rock, you can look and see it is all rock. This gets hot. You could probably fry an egg on this in the summertime.
But I have
But Nancy has.
sand and a mister.
Oh my, she struggles so much out on these trails. Yeah. So, but anyhow, that's the one thing about being up on this type of rock is it does get very, very, very hot. The longer the day goes along, and it's 1:12 right now. So we spent a good amount of time out here exploring and looking at the monument and just talking and just having a good time. So we're gonna head back up to the car and get something to drink. I think Nancy wants to take a short trip over to Wally World. So that'll be one of her rare drives that she has out here. But what was it last year? You drove how far, Nancy? 35 total miles? Something like that. 35 total miles out of 12,771. I'm gonna walk over here just real quick to this edge and see. Yeah, there you can see some cars. Well, I can. I don't know if you can. You can see some cars up there. That's the monument overlook. And you can see how much closer the monument is from this particular overlook. And to me, this is my favorite view of it.